Hello and welcome back to the Dugout podcast. We have another guest episode in quick succession after going so long without getting guests on. Um, as we approach the World Cup, I had Kaan on to speak about Turkish and Belgian fan culture. But we all know the real reason we're all interested in the World Cup because Scotland are going for the first time since 1998. And today, to talk about Scotland, I have someone you probably already know, Gully Singh or Gully Talks, very famous on TikTok. He goes around sort of interviewing fans, interviewing players. He does loads of great work. He also does good work at boxing, which is actually how we met. So first of all, Gully, how are you doing, mate?
I'm very well, and thanks for having me on, mate. It's good to talk. We are, I suppose, in this month we've got a few friendlies for Scotland. So from really here and here on in, it really is. We're building towards World Cup fever.
Yeah, it's the countdown, the countdown to the World Cup. I'm getting really excited. I'm getting as Scotland fans, I think this is probably a great segue into sort of our fan culture and fan mindset. You're always a bit pessimistic because of the last however many years, because of even previous where Scotland were making it to tournaments, they've never made it out of a group stage. So we are a bit pessimistic, but I think I'm allowing myself to be a bit more cautiously optimistic this time going into this tournament.
Yeah, but well, we know Morocco just made a switch in their management team. Obviously, they will have high hopes of doing well at this competition, but given that the tournament, is it 100 days today in terms of when we play Haiti? So, Scotland will need a bit of luck, but obviously there's more of an opportunity to qualify for the knockout stages, which would obviously be the chance to make history. You just keep your fingers crossed that for all the players that are involved for their club commitments, there's no major injuries, and we're all sort of, all you've got the best players at your selection when it comes to crunch time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, unfortunately, Kieran Tierney didn't train today for Celtic. Obviously, there was rumours that he broke his foot in the Wednesday night game against Aberdeen. That would be a big miss for Scotland. We're all hoping Ben Doak can be fit for the tournament as well. Those would be two massive losses, coming up to that. But just in terms of Scotland supporters, say you were trying to explain to someone what the culture, what the sort of things that a Scotland supporters typically do, what the atmosphere is like. Someone who's never been to a game in Scotland before, how would you sum them up?
I think they they breathe and they bleed football. It's not even a cliche. It is just a for as many occasions that Scotland have been heartbroken, the fans come back. They spend their hard earned money and they follow Scotland. I mean, there's many more diehard fans than me. I see fans that have collected all these badges that have been everywhere around the world. Liechtenstein, Belarus, Estonia, for example. This obviously Scotland have played in those games quite a lot, but I think for Scotland fans, it is just a way of life. You've got all these different Tartan Army groups. I mean, since starting the channel, I have met more Scotland fans, I think, than I can ever remember in my whole life, and they're just so welcoming. I think that's why yeah they just get on with everyone so well. Granted, yeah, when it comes down to tournaments, we've been a bit of the bridesmaid, not the bride type thing. We've not been able to get through the next stage, but it just shows you. Look, it hasn't stopped these. Look at the way Scotland took over Germany. Germany just could not get enough of the Tartan Army, and I think when Scotland fans, the Tartan Army, descend upon the United States, it'll be incredible for the world stage.
Yeah, no, definitely. In terms of the United States, I think there's been a lot of talk made about how far you need to go to stadiums and the travel issues. I think I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I saw a video the other day that that one of the games, well, in Boston, in air quotes, the stadium is like 30 miles away from the main city. Are you confident that the Scotland supporters who are over there will still be able to, even because of the travel issues, they'll still be able to create that great sort of party atmosphere that they normally do?
Excuse me. Yeah, I think they will. I mean, there'll be people, obviously, there'll be Scotland fans that are already living in the USA as well. So, they'll congregate and nothing stops these fans, there is a real driving force that, for generations. You see the younger generation now. I've met some of the older gentlemen or that have been and saw the tournaments from the 70s and the 80s and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, it's such a huge country like the USA, yeah, it's not exactly ideal to be able to manoeuvre and get to the stadiums. I know there's buses, obviously, if you're lucky enough to get some tickets for supporters buses that can get you from the stadium back to, I don't know if it's central Boston. So there'll be a bit of a few legitimate issues there for certain fans, but I suppose that's why we have this time now to plan. But it's just, I suppose it's the USA. This would be my first time going, so I'm going to get a real idea of just how big a space that we're operating in.
Yeah, so you are going, I'm assuming, to make loads of content while you're there, is the aim?
Yeah, that's it. It is going to be the biggest task that I've had to undergo. But this channel all started at Euro 2020 or Euro 2021 when Scotland took over Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square as well before they played England in the nothing each draw. So it's all started from then. It's grew arms and legs, and yeah, this will obviously be a bit of a bit of an ask, this one, because when I do content here in Scotland, I've got a few people. A few people at my disposal that can film, but I'll be with some friends as well, so they'll have to do it. But it'll be incredible, I think, just to be around so many people from different parts of the world. We'll really get to showcase just what it's like to be Scottish again, but also connecting with other people. Like my channel is obviously very fan led, so I want to be speaking to people from all over the world and just grabbing a Scotland fan, putting them next to like a Haiti fan, and just getting them to
Yeah.
fuse, just to bond. That's what Scotland fans are great at.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I wanted to, do these chats. I mean, I've been trying to reach out to people to speak about other nations because obviously the World Cup for me, is part of, the football is obviously the big part. You want to go and support your team. This is the first time in my lifetime that I'm able to see Scotland in a World Cup, so it's an added extra bit of excitement for me this time. But the thing I always loved about it was seeing fans sort of exchange cultures, exchange traditions, and sort of interact. And I think that at the end of the day is what it should be all about. Just going there to support your team, but also enjoying yourself, meeting new people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been 28 years since, yeah, but we've been at the European Championships. That's great. But obviously, the first, time, Euro 2020, more recently, Scotland, obviously, it was on home soil. It was in England. Then Germany, for the majority of that, Scotland are connected with all the Germans. That's great. But you want to be, you want to be arriving at the airport and there's like fans of X, Y, and Z country, and Scotland and Ireland as a fan base. These fan bases, they are absolutely. I don't think anyone touches them. So I think, yeah, maybe we don't have the dance moves like the Brazilians or whatnot, but I think in terms of the passion, and I mean the amount of alcohol that Scotland will drink over there, I don't know if the Americans are ready for it.
Yeah, they're certainly going to prop up some local businesses uh,
Yeah.
while they're over there. But yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to speak to you about. Thank you very much for your time. Obviously, probably people already know you, but is there anything you want to promote?
Well, listen, you say that, if I'm not in Glasgow, if I'm going to a game, I don't get as much interaction there, so I probably need to keep promoting myself. You've got to, and you need to connect with as many people as possible. So yeah, Gully Talks on TikTok. That is the primary avenue for where I make my content. I'm going to start jumping on a bit of YouTube stuff as well. But yeah, Gully Talks on TikTok. And if you ever see me, some people will say, "Oh, I saw you," but I always like to speak to people because my channel is very fan led. It's the fans that have made this channel. It's not me. It's all about human interaction, just proving that just having a conversation with a stranger, confused into something that gets all these views, or you just never know where it'll go. So yeah, follow the channel, and obviously for all the platforms like yourself as well, and people like yourself coming up, you'll be the next generation. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you're up to, and it's good to have met you, and hopefully we'll do some collaborations.
Yeah, hopefully, and definitely, if anyone does see him, got him speak to him because from experience, he's a lovely, lovely man. He helped me out during my first ever, press at a boxing event. So, and he really helped boost my confidence. But yeah, make sure to go check out all his stuff. But thank you very much to you for joining me. Thank you to everyone for watching and listening. Go check out the TikTok at the Dugout. Go check out the Twitter at the Dugout 2024. Thank you and goodbye.